How to Win Friends and Influence People. The story behind the book. In the early 1900s, Dale Carnegie, a struggling salesman and a former public speaking teacher, was deeply interested in human behavior and the art of influence. He realized that success didn't just depend on technical knowledge or intelligence, it was the ability to connect with others, build trust, and inspire cooperation that made the difference. One pivotal moment that sparked his writing of How to Win Friends and Influence People came when he was teaching a public speaking course. He found that the real key to success wasn't just learning how to speak well, it was learning how to make others feel valued and understood. In fact, the idea for the book came from his lectures and courses, which were so popular that he decided to write down his principles. In 1936, after years of teaching and refining his approach, Carnegie published the book. He never knew how monumental this would be. Why Carnegie wrote the book. Dale Carnegie's primary goal was to help people improve their personal and professional relationships. He observed that many people struggled with communication and social interactions, and he believed that learning to navigate these could open doors to greater success in both personal and professional lives. He was not only interested in teaching social skills, but in helping people develop meaningful relationships, reduce conflicts, and inspire loyalty and respect from others. Fun fact, the book was originally going to be titled How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, but after brainstorming and considering different ideas, it was renamed How to Win Friends and Influence People, which was considered more appealing to readers. Notable details about the book. Instant success. After it was published, the book was an immediate success. It went on to sell millions of copies worldwide and has been translated into multiple languages. It became an essential read for not just individuals but business leaders, politicians, and anyone in a leadership role. Principles that stick. The book is structured around simple yet powerful principles. These principles have stood the test of time and are still relevant today. It's packed with timeless advice like the importance of listening, showing genuine interest in others, remembering people's names, and avoiding criticism. Influence on pop culture. It's safe to say that the book shaped modern communication and relationship-building strategies. Whether in business, politics, or personal interactions, the book's insights have been embraced by many iconic figures. Famous personalities like Warren Buffett and John F. Kennedy have credited it with changing their approach to life. How has it impacted people's lives? How to Win Friends and Influence People has been transformative for millions. The book has empowered people to overcome social anxiety, build better professional networks, and improve their relationships. Business success. Many entrepreneurs and executives claim that the book helped them land big deals, secure partnerships, and inspire trust in their teams. Personal development. For countless individuals, the book has been a roadmap to building confidence, self-esteem, and empathy. It's helped people feel more comfortable in social situations, enabling them to connect with others in authentic ways. Increased influence. Many readers have used the book's principles to become better leaders, whether in small groups or large corporations. The advice helps them motivate, inspire, and lead others effectively. Timeless wisdom. In an age of digital distractions and superficial connections, this book reminds us of the power of sincerity and true human connection. Real-life impact. Share powerful stories and testimonials of how the book has transformed lives. Whether it's helped someone land their dream job, turn a failing business around, or improve personal relationships. Actionable advice. The video can include specific takeaways from the book, demonstrating how viewers can immediately apply these principles to their own lives. Key elements for capturing the audience's attention. Hook them early. Start with a gripping question. What if you could master the art of influence and win people over effortlessly? Or, imagine getting anyone to like you, agree with you, and trust you. Sounds impossible, right? Intriguing fact. Did you know that How to Win Friends and Influence People has been credited with shaping the success of business icons like Warren Buffett and leaders like JFK? This book isn't just another self-help guide, it's the secret weapon for leaders around the world. Promise of transformation. In this video, I'm going to reveal the timeless principles from this life-changing book, and how you can use them to transform your personal and professional life. Stick around, because these tips are about to change the way you connect with the world. 8 things this book will help you achieve. 1. Get out of a mental rut, think new thoughts, acquire new visions, discover new ambitions. 2. Make friends quickly and easily. 3. Increase your popularity. 4. Win people to your way of thinking. 5. Increase your influence, your prestige, your ability to get things done. 6. Handle complaints, avoid arguments, keep your human contact smooth and pleasant. 7. Become a better speaker, a more entertaining conversationalist. 8. Arouse enthusiasm among your associates. Here is the summary of this book's all-topic, Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. 1. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Summary: this chapter introduces the principle of avoiding criticism. Carnegie suggests that people are naturally defensive when criticized, and criticism often backfires. Instead of attacking people or their actions directly, it's more effective to approach them with understanding and empathy. The key takeaway here is that you should focus on solutions, not blame. Impact: this sets the tone for the entire book by emphasizing the importance of kindness, respect, and tact in dealing with people. Instead of focusing on others' faults, Carnegie advises finding ways to gently guide them toward improvement without humiliation. 2. The big secret of dealing with people. Summary: here, Carnegie reveals the secret to winning others over, making them feel important. People crave validation and recognition, so making others feel valued is the cornerstone of building successful relationships. This principle can be applied in almost every interaction, whether personal or professional. Impact: the chapter teaches a universal truth: everyone has an innate need to feel respected and significant. It's a simple but powerful tactic that can change how people perceive you, fostering goodwill and trust. 3. He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. Summary: Carnegie underscores the importance of showing genuine interest in other people. By actively listening and engaging with others, you build rapport and make them feel appreciated. This chapter emphasizes the skill of being a good listener and encouraging others to talk about themselves, which in turn makes them like you. Impact: the message is that those who focus on the needs and feelings of others often find success, while those who only focus on themselves struggle in relationships. This principle turns the focus outward and invites others to connect on a deeper level. Part 2: 6 Ways to Make People Like You. 4. Do this and you'll be welcome anywhere. Summary: Carnegie suggests that the simplest way to win friends is by smiling. A smile is an expression of warmth, openness, and kindness. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate positivity and approachability. A smile makes you seem more approachable and helps break the ice in social situations. Impact: this chapter reveals how a small gesture can create a big impact. Smiling is an effortless yet powerful way to initiate connections and invite others to engage with you in a positive way. 5. A simple way to make a good impression. Summary: this chapter emphasizes the importance of remembering people's names. Carnegie explains that a person's name is, to them, the sweetest sound in any language. By remembering and using someone's name, you instantly make them feel valued and respected. Impact: by mastering the art of remembering and using names, you show others that they matter to you, and this simple gesture can open doors in both personal and professional relationships. 6. If you don't do this, you are headed for trouble. Summary: the key advice in this chapter is be a good listener. People enjoy talking about themselves, so the more you listen, the more people will like you. Carnegie urges readers to encourage others to talk about themselves, as it builds rapport and trust. Impact: this advice promotes empathy and patience. Being a good listener doesn't just help you learn more about others, it makes them feel understood and appreciated, forming the foundation for stronger relationships. 7. An easy way to become a good conversationalist. Summary: Carnegie offers a simple but effective way to become a better conversationalist: ask questions. People love talking about themselves, and by asking genuine, thoughtful questions, you can guide the conversation and show your interest. Impact: this reinforces the idea that people like to talk about their experiences and opinions. The key here is to be genuinely curious and show interest in others, making them feel valued and engaged. 8. How to interest people. Summary: this chapter highlights the idea of talking about what others are interested in. To make conversations interesting, focus on topics that resonate with the person you're speaking with. You can engage others by showing interest in their passions and concerns, making interactions more enjoyable for both parties. Impact: the takeaway is that it's not about impressing others with your knowledge, but about tuning into their interests and speaking their language. This can deepen your connections and make people feel important. 9. How to make people like you instantly. Summary: the principle in this chapter is making others feel important. Carnegie emphasizes the impact of sincere appreciation. Acknowledging and appreciating people's efforts, even small ones, can leave a lasting impression and instantly make them feel positive toward you. Impact: the core message here is the power of authentic compliments. When done sincerely, praise can go a long way in creating goodwill and drawing people toward you. These chapters provide foundational techniques for handling people with kindness, tact, and respect. They teach you to put others' needs first and to cultivate relationships through listening, empathy, and validation. For your video, you could use these insights to build a compelling argument on how small, everyday actions can lead to big changes in the way people perceive and respond to you. Part 3. How to win people to your way of thinking. 10. You can't win an argument. Summary. Carnegie advises that arguments rarely lead to a positive outcome. Even if you win an argument, you risk alienating the other person. He suggests that the best way to resolve disagreements is by avoiding arguments altogether, as they create defensiveness and are unlikely to change anyone's mind. Instead, strive for cooperation, understanding, and mutual respect. Impact. This chapter challenges the common belief that winning arguments is the key to getting ahead. It encourages a more diplomatic approach, where compromise and understanding lead to better, long-term relationships. 11. A sure way of making enemies, and how to avoid it. Summary. In this chapter, Carnegie outlines the danger of criticizing others. Criticism, even when warranted, often leads to resentment and defensiveness. Rather than criticizing, Carnegie suggests offering constructive feedback or reframing the situation in a way that focuses on solutions rather than fault. Impact. The main takeaway is that criticism is a surefire way to damage relationships, while positive reinforcement and tactful feedback build trust and mutual respect. This advice can prevent unnecessary conflict, both in personal and professional environments. 12. If you're wrong, admit it. Summary. Carnegie emphasizes the importance of admitting your mistakes quickly and openly. When you acknowledge your errors, you demonstrate humility and integrity, which helps to diffuse tension and fosters trust. Admitting fault shows strength of character, making it easier for others to relate to you. Impact. This principle encourages vulnerability and authenticity, helping you build stronger relationships by owning up to your mistakes rather than defending them. People are more likely to respect and follow a leader who admits their faults openly. 13. A drop of honey. Summary. Carnegie suggests that a gentle approach is far more effective than a harsh one. Instead of confronting people aggressively, use kindness and encouragement to influence them. He compares it to a drop of honey that catches more flies than a gallon of vinegar. The softer your approach, the more likely you are to win others over. Impact. This chapter encourages readers to avoid harshness and anger. It teaches the power of persuasion through warmth, kindness, and understanding, which helps you gain cooperation rather than resistance. 14. The secret of Socrates. Summary. This chapter highlights the Socratic method of asking questions. By asking people to arrive at conclusions on their own, you avoid forcing them into an uncomfortable position. Socrates believed that people were more likely to be persuaded if they came to the answer themselves, making them feel empowered and less defensive. Impact. This method allows you to guide people toward your point of view without confrontation. By asking thought-provoking questions, you encourage self-reflection and collaboration, rather than opposition. 15. The safety valve in handling complaints. Summary. Carnegie suggests that when handling complaints, you should let the other person express themselves fully before offering a solution. Allowing them to vent without interruption makes them feel heard and respected, which helps diffuse anger and frustration. Once they feel understood, they are more open to your suggestions. Impact. This principle promotes empathy and active listening. By providing a space for others to express their feelings, you gain their trust and make it easier to find mutually agreeable solutions. 16. How to get cooperation. Summary. Carnegie's advice for getting cooperation is to ask questions that encourage agreement. Instead of telling people what to do, ask questions that lead them to see the benefits of your perspective. When people are allowed to come to conclusions themselves, they are more likely to commit to the action. Impact. This principle empowers others and fosters a sense of teamwork. By involving others in the decision-making process, you increase their buy-in and cooperation. 17. A formula that will work wonders for you. Summary. The formula Carnegie offers is simple: let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. People are more likely to embrace an idea if they feel it originated from them. By giving others ownership of the concept, they become more enthusiastic about carrying it out. Impact. This technique helps you gain support for your ideas by making others feel important and involved. It promotes collaboration, reduces resistance, and increases the likelihood of success. 18. What everybody wants. Summary. Carnegie suggests that everyone wants to feel important. The key to winning people over is making them feel valued. Compliment people sincerely, show appreciation for their efforts, and remind them of their importance in your life. Impact. This chapter reinforces the idea that recognition and appreciation are fundamental to building strong, lasting relationships. When people feel valued, they are more likely to support and cooperate with you. 19. An appeal that everybody likes. Summary: Carnegie emphasizes the power of appealing to noble motives. When you make a request, instead of focusing on personal gain, appeal to the other person's sense of honor, virtue, or responsibility. This approach resonates deeply with people and encourages them to act in ways that align with their values. Impact: this chapter teaches how to frame requests in a way that highlights shared values. By tapping into a person's sense of pride or duty, you create a powerful appeal that is hard to resist. 20. The movies do it. TV does it. Why don't you do it? Summary: Carnegie suggests that using dramatic storytelling can capture people's attention and stir emotions. People are naturally drawn to stories, and by incorporating storytelling into your communication, you can make your point more memorable and compelling. Impact: this principle is about connecting with others on an emotional level. Stories are a great way to engage and persuade people, and Carnegie encourages using them to create impact. 21. When nothing else works, try this. Summary: Carnegie advises calling attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Instead of pointing out errors outright, subtly highlight the mistake in a way that preserves their dignity and leads them to correct it. This approach avoids causing embarrassment or defensiveness, and instead encourages self-correction. Impact: this technique shows respect for others' egos while still guiding them toward improvement. It encourages growth and accountability without creating conflict. Part 3 focuses on how to influence and persuade others without causing resentment. The emphasis is on cooperation, understanding, and guiding others toward your perspective with respect and tact. Part 4, Be a leader, how to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. 22. If you must find fault, this is the way to begin. Summary: Carnegie advises that when you must criticize, start with praise. Instead of beginning with negative feedback, begin by highlighting something the person did well. This softens the impact of the criticism and makes the person more receptive to hearing constructive feedback. Impact: by starting with praise, you cushion the blow of criticism, making the person feel less defensive. This approach helps maintain their dignity and opens them up to improvement. 23. How to criticize, and not be hated for it. Summary: Carnegie emphasizes that when you criticize, avoid being harsh or direct. Instead, offer constructive suggestions and frame your feedback in a way that shows you are on the person's side. You should criticize the action, not the person, and always make your feedback actionable and helpful. Impact: this method helps prevent the individual from feeling personally attacked. It encourages self-improvement without creating resentment or hostility. 24. A talk about your own mistakes first. Summary: Carnegie recommends that if you want to correct someone's mistake, begin by admitting your own. This shows humility and creates a sense of camaraderie. When you acknowledge your own flaws and mistakes, it disarms the other person, making them more willing to accept feedback without feeling defensive. Impact: this principle builds rapport and trust by showing vulnerability. It sets the tone for mutual respect and a more open, collaborative approach to improvement. 25. No one likes to take orders. Summary: Carnegie suggests that instead of giving direct orders, you should ask questions or make suggestions that lead the person to take action themselves. People are more likely to comply if they feel they are making the decision, rather than being told what to do. Impact: this chapter empowers others by allowing them to feel that they have a choice. It helps prevent resistance and creates a more cooperative, engaged environment. 26. Let the other person save face. Summary: Carnegie teaches that when you must correct someone, allow them to save face. Never embarrass or humiliate them publicly. Offer feedback in private and frame it in a way that preserves their dignity. Even when someone is wrong, it's important to make them feel respected and valued. Impact: by protecting others' self-esteem, you foster trust and respect. This technique prevents resentment and maintains positive relationships, even when criticism is necessary. 27. How to spur people on to success. Summary: Carnegie advises that if you want to motivate others, praise their potential. Instead of focusing on what they've done wrong, highlight what they could achieve. By showing your belief in their abilities, you inspire them to do their best. Impact: this technique builds confidence and motivates people to strive for success. It shows that you trust them, which encourages them to take responsibility for their actions and rise to the occasion. 28. Give a dog a good name. Summary: Carnegie emphasizes that by giving people a positive reputation to live up to, you motivate them to meet those expectations. When you focus on someone's strengths and virtues, they are more likely to rise to the occasion and prove you right. Impact: this technique works because people naturally want to live up to the positive image others have of them. It encourages people to act in ways that reinforce the positive qualities you've highlighted. 29. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Summary: Carnegie suggests that when you need to correct someone, make the solution seem simple and achievable. Instead of highlighting the complexity of the problem, focus on practical, manageable steps to improvement. This approach reduces overwhelm and encourages action. Impact: this principle gives others hope and motivation. When a mistake seems easy to fix, people are more likely to take immediate action, feeling confident that change is within their reach. 30. Making people glad to do what you want. Summary: the final principle in the book suggests that if you want others to take action, make them feel that it's in their best interest. Show them how taking the action will benefit them or help them achieve their goals. When people see how they will gain from cooperating, they are much more likely to do what you want. Impact: this chapter focuses on aligning your goals with the interests of others. When people feel that what you're asking them to do is beneficial to them, they are far more likely to act willingly. Part 4 focuses on leadership and how to guide others toward improvement without causing offense or damaging relationships. The key themes include providing constructive feedback, making others feel valued, and inspiring people through positive reinforcement. These principles emphasize that leadership isn't about control or dominance but about empowering others, offering guidance, and creating an environment where people are motivated to succeed.